Hi, Denise. I'm just going to start by saying, I mean, I really enjoyed the film. It felt like a real throwback, the sort of movie that I used to.
Oh,
When you because it does feel like one of those films you don't really see enough of these days. A sort of film that sort of feels like it's when I grew up. They were sort of not everywhere you went, but you'd sort of go to the cinema and see these sort of most weekends. When you read the script for this film, did it feel like it was sort of taking you back somewhat?
yes, definitely. Absolutely. I love a good romantic comedy. And you're right. I feel like there aren't enough of them. And as soon as I read the script, I absolutely wanted to be part of this. And it's just a feel good, positive, uplifting movie.
So, what do you think is the greatest romantic comedy of all time? If you had to sit down on a kind of Friday night, you've got no plans, what do you stick on?
Well, I think there's too many to choose from. I mean, I love You've Got Mail. I also love, even though I'm not saying it just because I was in it, because if you blinked, you would miss me. But Love Actually, I think, is just such a classic, beautiful romantic comedy. I love For Weddings and a Funeral. So any of those, if I'm flipping through the channels and they come up, I'm going to sit down and watch it.
And obviously, I love the kind of the concept to Love Accidentally. That idea of just kind of how one wrongly sent text can sort of ignite
Yes.
the kind of start something special. Have you ever sent a text that was meant for someone and went to the wrong person?
All the time. I think we've all accidentally sent a text. You could be texting and then someone comes through and it goes to that person. So I think that does happen a lot. But what I love about this is that these two people met each other and they didn't know it was each other, and there's no preconceived idea of who they are. There's no judgment. They just truly got to know each other without even knowing who they were, and not obviously realizing that they actually worked together. So that's something that I loved was, back when I started dating, you weren't able to Google and find out who someone was. You had to get to know that person. So there's something like really nostalgic with that too, in a weird way, even though this is contemporary with texting and where we are today, but it's still, the feelings are still there and still the same. I think no matter where we are in life, it's comes down to love and wanting it.
You're right about sort of like you said, sort of going back a few years, you wouldn't be able to you wouldn't be able to just go up on someone, check their Instagram and anything like that.
Right.
And obviously now with the sort of rise of dating apps as well as social media, do you think that it's changed dating for the better? Do you think in the modern sort of young people now going out there and sort of meeting people the first time, do you think they've got it easier, or do you actually think they've lost a little bit of that sort of that sort of like natural spontaneity maybe that used to exist?
I think it's both. I think on one hand, you do lose a little bit of the spontaneity, but on the other hand, I think you could find some red flags early on if you look into their social media.
That's a very good point. I was going to ask, the whole movie set in the kind of world of in a sort of advertising firm. It just got me thinking. So I always like it when I see sort of actors play other jobs, and it got me thinking about, what do you think your job would be had you not been an actress? Did you have a backup plan?
Okay, I for sure would have been either a vet or an interior designer. Those are my other passions.
Do you have many pets?
Oh yeah, several.
Yeah.
I'm a huge animal lover. I actually think I could right now even pass being a vet tech.
Yeah. I just love, that's all I care about is my dog. Nothing else matters to me.
What kind of dogs do you have?
I have a Labradoodle. She's called Minnie. It was her second birthday yesterday.
Okay. We have
And I was going to ask, because it seems like this is a very sort of incredibly busy time for you at the moment, Denise. I mean, does this feel like quite a good time to be working? Because there's obviously streaming services and there's so many different great creative minds out there. And it feels like as an audience member, there's so much content. So as someone who's actually working in the industry, is that a good thing, do you think, that there's so much out there? Does it feel like there's a lot of opportunities at present?
I think first of all, I'm very grateful that I'm working, and also that I worked during the pandemic when many weren't. So I am so humbled and grateful for that. But I think it's fun that there's all different ways of seeing different television shows and movies, and there's a lot of fun content. And so for me, I love it. I love being able to film different genres and being able to, be on, Amazon and have a movie on there. So it's exciting.
Yeah. Do you ever think that could, like, conversely, it can become maybe harder for the work to feel amplified, sorry, when there's so much competition?
I think there's always competition in this, but I mean, for me to be able to still be working at my age, I'm happy about that in itself. So I'm very grateful.
You mentioned obviously like trying different genres and trying different types of roles. Is there anything that's still like something that still hasn't been ticked off? A type of role or a type of genre?
Yes.
Anything that you're still hoping one day will come your way?
Yes, there's two. One, I really, really, really want to work with Quentin Tarantino. And two, my husband, selfishly, and I would too, would love for me to be in a Marvel movie.
Yeah. Have you ever met Tarantino before?
I have not.
Oh.
But when I do, I'm going to say, I want to audition for you for your next movie.
Oh, I'd love that. I think that'd be that's the crossover we've been waiting to see. I'd love to see that. Because we interviewed, hey, you guys, we interviewed you quite recently for the Wild Thing anniversary. And I just wanted to ask about sort of, are you someone that does look back and ever watch your sort of movies you made sort of in your past? Are you quite a nostalgic person, or are you someone that likes to leave things kind of as they were?
I actually, even while I do, I have a hard time watching myself. It's like listening to your voice. You know what I mean? So I don't really like watching myself at all.
Yeah, I can't listen to my voice when I've got to transcribe. I was like, do I have to transcribe my bit?
Yeah, no, I want to just block out what I'm saying.
And so, you mentioned before about the pandemic, and I was just wondering, because I know this Love Accidentally was shot. Was it shot in the midst of that? How have you found the kind of the way the industry has readjusted itself to work? And how did you find the kind of experience when you have made films with the new kind of restrictions in place?
It's actually quite challenging because we had to constantly wear a mask during rehearsal and stuff. And, before that, we didn't realize, I think, how much we do really rely on watching each other and looking at each other's lips even. And also having to be so far apart from each other. It made it challenging. But I think that the end result for this movie, we were still able to bring the chemistry and the and have fun and have that relationship there, which I think was definitely very challenging, especially during the pandemic.
And my final question is, I obviously mentioned that you've got sort of a few little bits and bobs coming up. Is there one that you're most sort of looking forward to, most excited about sharing with audiences?
I'm very excited to share this movie with everyone because it is truly a throwback to a romantic, feel good, fall in love movie. And when it's done, you're like, oh, it warms your heart. I really am excited about this movie.
Yeah, sort of. I need to watch again with a big tub of ice cream. It's one of those movies. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Denise. It's been a real pleasure. Best of luck with the release.
So much. Thank you.
And if I meet Tarantino, I'll put a word in.
No, please do. Thank you.
All right, take care.
Thank you. Thanks, you too.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys.
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey!